Hello, Bill speaking.
Hi, Bill. This is Geoff Tate calling. How are you?
Hey, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Enjoying the Florida sun.
Excellent, excellent. I hear you just came off of a cruise.
I did. I just came off of the Shipwrecked cruise today, actually.
Nice. It must be good to be back on land.
Yeah. Well, it was a really fun cruise. I love doing those things. And,
You know, my
this one,
my wife and
this
I
one.
we cruise twice a year because we like cruising, but I have yet to actually do one of these rock cruises. How do they differ from like a regular cruise? I mean, of course, you have all these different bands around and such, but what I want to ask you is like when I go on a cruise, we go to relax, we have a little fun, we do the club at night. But I think it's different with you guys because even when you're in your downtime, is it kind of hard to relax with all the fans around you all the time?
Um, well, I don't think you go on one of these to relax.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is you're there because you're a music fan and you love music, and you
Hmm.
want to see as many different bands and artists as you can. And here's a great showcase where they're all at, and you can access them. And I think the bands look at it the same way. It's a wonderful setup.
Hmm.
Concerts all day long, every day, and it's just a nonstop party, and it is really really fun. I think you actually need a day or two after the cruise to rest up.
Yeah. Huh? Well, good thing you have. Well, you only got pretty much a day, so we're really looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. This is actually our second interview in about 3 or 4 years. We did see you a few years ago at the same venue, the Culture Room, which you're going to be playing on Sunday. So that's really exciting. And what's interesting is I did get a press release the day before yesterday in my email concerning you and the Voices of Extreme. That you guys are going to be doing like 10 tour dates coming up. How did you guys get together on that?
I think they contacted us
Uh
and
huh.
said they're interested in touring, and we liked what they did, and so we invited them on the tour. And I think they're doing 10 dates total with us.
Wonderful. Now, at what point in your life did you know that this is what you wanted to do for a living, make music?
Oh gosh, well, I started studying music when I was 9,
Hmm.
and I've just been leaning in that direction all my life. So I don't know if there was really a set point, that I decided that I wanted to be a musician. I just always knew that,
Hmm.
you know.
And when you started studying music, what was your instrument of choice?
Piano.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful. Do you play any other instruments besides piano?
I do. I play saxophone, trumpet, and keyboards. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Now, back when you were, well, 9 years old, I guess, who were some of the bands you were listening to that you were your favorites that may have helped to shape your musical style?
Well, Bill, I grew up in that wonderful time of the '60s and the '70s.
Yeah.
Where music was very free, and all the different bands and artists were experimenting with their music, and listening to each other and being inspired by each other. And it was a magical time. So people my age, we listened to everything.
Hmm.
From Ike and Tina Turner to little Stevie Wonder to bands like Iron Butterfly and the Beatles, and later bands like Yes and Genesis were very influential to me.
Hmm.
And but at 9 years old, I remember the first rock song I ever heard was "Somebody to Love" by Jefferson Airplane, and I
Nice.
told my mom, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to sing that song and play that instrument. And she was pointing out that it was a guitar,
Hmm.
and she said, "Well, you can take guitar lessons, but you have to take piano lessons first."
Mm.
And I got wrapped up in piano, so I never bothered with guitar.
It's funny you mentioned Jefferson Starship. I was actually with Mickey Thomas last Saturday of Starship, and they brought that song out because they have a singer Jennifer. I don't remember her last name, but I tell you, she looks like a very young version of Grace Slick. Has the voice and all, and they're doing fantastic still. I tell you.
Oh, good. Good.
Now, of course, speaking of instruments and such, your voice is your instrument. Do you do anything to help maintain your vocals?
I just try to live a healthy lifestyle. You know, exercise a lot, drink a lot of water, and eat well, and exercise really.
Oh, that's very sensible. Now, what besides pairing up with Voices of Extreme and things like that, what's coming up for you in the future? Anything new that we can look forward to?
Well, I just released my second album of the trilogy I'm doing of albums for the Operation Mindcrime label.
Right.
And that's called Resurrection. That came out in September. The third installment of it, the last chapter of the story, is coming out this coming September 2017. And up until then, I'm touring up until April of this year. Before I take some time off to finish up the last album, and then release that, and I'll probably go on tour sometime in the winter after that release.
Wonderful. Now, when you're not on tour, making music, recording, writing new material, what do you like to do? Like, what's a hobby, or what's one of the favorite things you just like to do?
Well, I have a wine brand called Insania, which takes up a lot of my time. It's a fantastic label. It's we do a red and a white. The white is Pinot Grigio, and the red is a Pinot Noir. And so that's something I've been doing since 2007. The other thing I like to do is my wife and I bought an old house, and we've been restoring it little bit by little bit. And, I like to do a little carpentry work and that kind of thing. So I do that in my spare time. And I research, about the authenticity of certain light fixtures and things that have to do with restoring houses and figuring out how to put better windows in, that are there than the ones that are there.
That'll certainly take up your downtime.
Yeah, it really does.
Now, where can we find your wine at?
Right now, you can only get it in Europe.
Oh, okay.
We haven't imported it in the States yet.
Oh, man. When it gets imported, I'm definitely going to check it out. You should actually sell it at your shows.
Yeah, well,
at your merch table.
The alcohol laws in the United States were invented in Prohibition times, and so they're very archaic and very outdated and not set up at all to aid, business people.
Sure.
So hopefully, those laws are being changed slowly now, and so hopefully in the next couple of years we'll be able to afford to bring our wine into the States.
I would hope so. Now with a lot of the country leaning towards legalizing medical marijuana and, of course, recreational, hopefully they'll let the alcohol pass through as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, wonderful. Geoff, I thank you so much for your time and consideration. This is going to be up and running later on this evening, so we'll send it to Geoff at Rockstar PR, and hopefully he'll forward it to you. And we look forward to seeing you Sunday. We're going to review the show, and if we can come back and say hi, that'd be awesome.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, actually, let's do that.
All right, and we also we do a lot of work with Miami Dolphins Foundation. If we go out and buy a guitar and donate it to them, would you be able to sign it?
Oh, of course I would. Yeah.
All right, wonderful, fantastic. All right, we'll touch base Sunday then, and we look forward to an awesome show as ever.
Okay, thanks again for the interview. See you then.
All right, cheers, brother. Safe travels.